What if Canada's two largest metropolitan hubs, Toronto and Vancouver, suddenly found themselves as independent city-states? A hypothetical scenario, of course, but a fascinating thought experiment. This isn't about which city is better, but rather a strategic exploration of their strengths and weaknesses on the world stage. Today we're putting your knowledge to the test with a 20-question showdown. How well do you really know the economic and strategic landscapes of these two Canadian giants? Grab a pen and paper, get ready to pause the video, and let's see how you fare in this ultimate geopolitical quiz. Let's begin. Question 1. Which city possesses a more diversified economic base, crucial for initial stability and attracting varied foreign investment? The answer is Toronto. With major hubs in finance, technology, media, and manufacturing, Toronto's economy is incredibly diverse. This variety would provide a strong buffer against sector-specific downturns, making it a more resilient and attractive partner for a wide range of international investors right from the start. Vancouver, while strong, is more heavily reliant on trade, real estate, and tourism. Question 2. Which city would have a more immediate and pressing need to establish strong naval capabilities to protect its primary trade routes? That would be Vancouver. Situated on the Pacific Ocean, its economic lifeline depends on maritime trade with Asia and the Americas. Securing these crucial shipping lanes from potential disruptions would be an immediate and non-negotiable priority for a newly independent Vancouver. Toronto's access via the St. Lawrence Seaway is less direct and shared with other entities. Question 3. In a newly independent scenario, which city's stock exchange, the TSX or the TSXV, would likely attract more international capital and serve as the primary financial engine? The answer is Toronto's TSX. As Canada's principal stock exchange and one of the largest in the world by market capitalization, the Toronto Stock Exchange is a global financial powerhouse. It would almost certainly retain its status, attracting significant international capital and solidifying Toronto's role as a major financial center. Question 4. Which city holds a stronger strategic position for controlling access to North America's agricultural and industrial heartland? This strategic advantage goes to Toronto. Its location provides direct access to the Great Lakes and the St. Lawrence Seaway, a vital artery leading into the continent's core. Control over this waterway would grant Toronto significant leverage over trade and transport for a vast and productive region. Question 5. Which city would face a greater immediate challenge regarding food security, given its surrounding agricultural land and population density? Vancouver would face the more significant challenge. While British Columbia has rich agricultural areas like the Fraser Valley, the land is limited and under pressure from urbanization. Vancouver would need to secure food imports very quickly, making international trade agreements for basic necessities a top diplomatic priority from day one. Question 6. For forging an initial, powerful diplomatic alliance with the United States, which city's proximity and economic integration would be a greater asset? Toronto holds the edge here. Its close proximity to major U.S. financial centers like New York and industrial hubs in the Midwest, coupled with deeply integrated cross-border supply chains, would make a strong, immediate alliance with the United States not just beneficial, but essential for both sides. Question 7. Which city's world-renowned film and television industry, Hollywood North, would be a more potent tool for projecting soft power and cultural influence globally? This is Vancouver's strong suit. As a primary hub for international film and TV production, Vancouver has a ready-made platform to shape global perceptions and export its culture. This soft power is an invaluable diplomatic asset for building influence and fostering positive international relations without military might. Question 8. In terms of natural resource self-sufficiency, which city would have to more actively pursue foreign partnerships to secure its energy needs? Both would need to, but Vancouver would likely be under more immediate pressure. While British Columbia has significant hydroelectric power, a city-state of Vancouver would still need to import oil and natural gas. Toronto is closer to major energy infrastructure but would also be reliant on securing external sources, though perhaps with more existing overland options. Question 9. Which city's tech sector is larger and more likely to become a cornerstone of its independent economy, attracting global talent and venture capital? Toronto's tech scene takes this one. The Toronto-Waterloo Corridor is one of the world's largest tech clusters, rivaling Silicon Valley in some respects. This established ecosystem of startups, global tech giants, and venture capital would be a powerful engine for innovation and economic growth for an independent Toronto. Question 10. Which city's strategic location makes it a more natural and indispensable logistics hub for trans-Pacific trade? Vancouver is the clear answer. Its port is the busiest in Canada and a critical gateway for goods moving between Asia and North America. In any scenario, Vancouver's role as a key node in global supply chains would be its most powerful bargaining chip on the world stage, making it an essential partner for many nations. Alright, we're halfway through our strategic showdown. How are you scoring so far? We've covered economics, diplomacy, and strategic resources. Remember, this is all about analyzing the unique strengths each city brings to the table. We have 10 more questions to go, exploring everything from cybersecurity to international relations. Keep your strategic thinking caps on, and let's continue. Question 11. Which city would be more vulnerable to a naval blockade, effectively cutting it off from its primary global markets? That would be Vancouver. As a port city entirely dependent on maritime access, a naval blockade would be catastrophic, severing its main economic artery. Toronto, while reliant on the seaway, has more overland trade routes with the United States, providing a degree of resilience against a purely naval threat. Question 12. Which city's airport, Pearson or YVR, is better positioned to serve as a major international air travel and cargo hub connecting Europe, the Americas, and Asia? Toronto's Pearson International Airport, or YYZ, has the advantage. As Canada's busiest airport, it already functions as a massive hub connecting continents. Its strategic location makes it an ideal transit point for flights between Europe and the Americas, a role it would likely expand upon as an independent entity. Question 13. Which city has a stronger foundation for developing a world-class cybersecurity and intelligence apparatus due to its concentration of corporate and financial headquarters? The answer is Toronto. Home to Canada's largest banks, insurance companies, and corporate headquarters, Toronto is already a hub for cybersecurity talent and infrastructure. The imperative to protect this massive financial and corporate data concentration would drive the rapid development of sophisticated state-level intelligence capabilities. Question 14. From a diplomatic perspective, which city would be more likely to join or form an alliance with Pacific Rim nations, such as the Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership? Vancouver is the natural fit. Its geography, economic ties, and cultural connections are all oriented towards the Pacific. Aligning with Pacific Rim nations would be a logical and necessary diplomatic strategy for Vancouver to secure its trade routes and build a network of allies in its immediate sphere of influence. Question 15. Which city's diverse, multicultural population would be a greater asset in forging diplomatic and trade ties with a wide array of countries around the world? This is a key strength for Toronto. Known as one of the most multicultural cities on Earth, Toronto's population includes large diasporic communities from virtually every country. These communities provide invaluable linguistic, cultural, and personal connections that can be leveraged to build strong and nuanced diplomatic and trade relationships globally. Question 16. In the event of a major natural disaster, such as an earthquake or a severe ice storm, which city is considered to be at higher risk, posing a greater challenge to its stability? Vancouver is at a significantly higher risk due to its location in a seismically active zone, commonly known as the Big One earthquake threat. The potential for such a catastrophic event would require immense investment in infrastructure resilience and emergency preparedness, posing a constant strategic challenge. Question 17. Which city would have a more straightforward path to establishing its own currency, given its role as the nation's existing financial center? Toronto would have the more seamless transition. As the home of the TSX and Canada's major financial institutions, the infrastructure and expertise to launch and manage a new currency are already concentrated there. The international financial community would likely view a Toronto-backed currency with more initial confidence. Question 18. Which city would need to invest more heavily in land-based military defense, considering its geographic proximity to a global superpower. Toronto, being geographically closer and more integrated with the United States by land, would need a more robust land-based defense strategy. While the relationship would likely be friendly, the strategic necessity of defining and defending a land border with a superpower would be a primary security consideration. Question 19. Which city's public transit and urban infrastructure would be better able to support the functions of a dense, compact, and efficient city-state? This is a debatable point, but Toronto's more extensive subway and regional rail network, like the GO Transit system, provides a stronger foundation for a city-state's internal logistics. This dense network is crucial for connecting its population and economic centers efficiently without relying on external transportation systems. Question 20. Finally, which city's global brand and reputation, Toronto as a diverse financial hub or Vancouver as a scenic, lifestyle-oriented gateway, would be more effective in attracting high-skilled immigration? The lifeblood of a modern economy? Both have powerful brands, but Vancouver's globally recognized image of stunning natural beauty and high quality of life is an incredibly potent magnet for global talent. While Toronto attracts talent with economic opportunity, Vancouver's lifestyle brand offers a unique and compelling draw that is a strategic asset in the global competition for skilled immigrants. So how did you do? Let's recap. Toronto's strengths lie in its diverse economy, powerful financial sector, and strategic control over North American heartland access. Vancouver's advantages are its indispensable role in Pacific trade, its soft power through media, and its incredibly strong global lifestyle brand. This was a complex quiz, and if you got more than 15 correct, you have a sharp mind for strategy and geopolitics. If you scored lower, don't worry, the goal was to make you think about cities in a new way. These weren't just trivia questions. They were designed to highlight the intricate web of factors from economics and geography to culture that would shape the destiny of these two great urban centers and the world stage. Each city possesses a unique and powerful set of assets, and understanding them is key to understanding the forces that shape our world. Thank you so much for joining this strategic exercise. What other hypothetical showdowns would you like to see? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please like this video and subscribe for more content that challenges you to think differently. We'll see you in the next one.